guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build, and this time I am building a vampire house. I called it the Vampiric Sanctum, and I'm so excited to share this house with you guys because I think it turned out so cool. Originally I was just going to go for an overall haunted house, go with a whole holiday, sort of Halloween theme. But I decided to do something that I thought was more for vampires, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun because it's been a long time since I've built a house for vampires. And so originally I started building it, I made it very spooky from the exterior, which it still is. I thought that vampires are probably not too concerned with the exterior of their homes. They don't spend a whole lot of time outside, so they're not gardening and, cleaning up cobwebs, and they just don't really care about the exterior of their home. And so I decided to make the exterior really worn and haunted looking and the interior really nice but still traditional and vampiric looking. So hopefully you guys like that. Hopefully you guys think it's cool. Hopefully you guys think it's interesting or something. But yeah, when I did originally start doing the interior as haunted and spooky with lots of cobwebs and worn down and dirty. So you may see a little bit of that in the video, but I did cut it out and just, got rid of the furniture and decided to make it look the way I wanted to. Because when I started making it look spooky and haunted, I felt like I've already done this. Like, it felt too repetitive. Every time I've done something for vampires so far, it's either been really worn down, it's been, really kind of trashed and haunted, and, it really overused the sort of decor items that came with the vampire stuff pack that makes it look decrepit and old. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to build something for a family of vampires, something that was really nice and fun to build. So yeah, hopefully you guys will like that. I had a lot of fun building the exterior of this house. Victorian style is so much fun to build because you get to add all these extra details that you normally wouldn't add on suburban or modern homes, or sort of different sort of builds. And so I had fun with the friezes and the columns. Originally I was going to go with white and gray, and I decided to do black and sort of this light brown and a little bit of white. So yeah, I think it turned out really cool, and it looks really, really old and decrepit. Like, I wanted the sort of feeling, I think it's pretty classic with like scary movies or movies with like haunted houses where you walk by and you can like hear the gates creaking, and there's like kind of a wind that blows through the like dead trees. And that's kind of the feeling I wanted to get from the exterior, but the inside is wholesome and warm and cozy. I don't know, it's pretty odd. Probably some of you may not like it, but yeah, it's what I wanted to go with, and it has been on the gallery for a little while, so you may have seen it if you do follow me there. And I did share one sneak picture of it on Twitter about a week ago, if you follow me on there also. But yeah, so I have been working on it for quite some time. Actually, it took me a long time to build this house. I'm not sure exactly how long, because the whole total footage was hours and hours, but I would save and then step away for quite a while and help my husband with stuff and forget to stop recording. So I actually have no idea how long it took me, but I feel like it took me forever because I put so much detail, and since I changed my mind, I decorated part of the house. Pretty much it was just like the front room and one bathroom and the hallway, and then I was like, no, I want to do it a different way than went on to the living room and redid the bathroom and the hallway and the front entrance room. So I redid all that, so I guess I went back and forth a little bit, but yeah, so it took me forever, building is so time consuming. Oh, I have some super exciting news. Okay, so some of you guys may know, if you've been around for at least about a month or two, I have been in the process of building a computer, and we have finally got to the point where we can put it all together. I still need a new keyboard and a new monitor, but the whole computer parts that go to the actual computer are all ready to go. And so this weekend we are going to be putting it together, and I'm so excited because I really want to bring more structure and more organization to my channel, because up to this point I just kind of build and create whatever sims and houses I want to, and don't really have a plan or a schedule. So I would like to create more structure and see what you guys are interested in seeing. And since I will have a whole new computer, my I'll be able to run recording software and play the game at the same time. So I'm hoping to bring challenges and let's plays, whatever you guys want to see. So keep that in mind if you have something, you know, that you've been wanting to see me do or whatever. I am definitely interested in doing a challenge, not probably so much a let's play to start out with, because I don't know how good of a storyteller I am or what kind of characters I can create. I love to think of characters, but I don't know how well I can portray it in a let's play. So we'll build up from probably a challenge. I think would be the easiest way to go. I'm really interested in the Not So Berry challenge because I did start playing it on my own a couple months ago and then stepped away from it for a little while when I was finishing up school and never got back into it. So I figured, why not save it for the channel? And yeah, since I was only into my gameplay a little bit, I feel like I never really got into it. So yeah, I think that would be fun to do. Yeah, and other challenges as well. If you guys have any suggestions, that would be greatly appreciated so I can get an idea of what I want to do. And I would like to bring probably at least one create a sim or townie makeover, something like that, once or twice a week, and then of course a build once a week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do as much as I want to because I do still have a job, but that might be changing here soon. I don't want to say too much just in case I have, I don't know. We might be moving, and so I might be quitting my job. So depending on all that kind of stuff is depending on how much I can do with the channel. But I will share more details with you guys in the future, of course. Yeah, so I'm really excited to bring more to the channel and have a smoother running computer and have less lag. And my lag is getting so bad, you guys. Like during building, there's just like long pauses where the game just freezes and doesn't do anything, and I panic that I'm gonna lose everything, and then I save immediately as soon as it starts working again, and it's so frustrating. Part of it is my fault because I did recently install the reshade mod, which did slow it down a little bit. And I mean, not too bad, just a little bit, but it made everything so much brighter. And it's so, I don't know if you guys can tell in this, but this is Forgotten Hollow, and normally this world is so gloomy and dark, and you can hardly see like what swatch colors you're using because everything's just so dark. And so that really helped with building in this world. And then the other worlds like Willow Creek and everything is just a little bit brighter and a little bit more higher contrast, so you can see the colors and things a lot easier. But I also installed the No Blue mod, and yeah, it just helps with sort of blue lighting on the ceiling and certain things like that, and it really clears up the image a lot, especially during screenshots. So yeah, that slowed down my computer even more. But I don't know, as soon as I put something like that in my game and I see the difference, it's hard to take it out. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad enough to where I can't build. It's probably too bad to play in, but my computer's already so laggy that I can't really play the game anyways. So I just build and build and build and create sims, and yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, those are things that I would highly recommend if you feel like your game's a little bit too dark or the color is a little bit weird. I also in this build used the lighting settings that if you're in actual gameplay and you click on, you know, a lamp or whatever light fixture, and then you change the color intensity and you can actually change the shade of the color. I used that a lot in this house because since I used so many candles, it was overwhelmingly like yellowy orange color, so I did change it to a more warm white color, and that helped a lot. Some of them I did just make plain like stark white, and yeah, it still has a little bit of a glow because I did leave some of the candles yellow. But yeah, I just really messed with that a lot, and I did it throughout the whole entire build, so you may not notice it too much. But yeah, and I cut it all out. But yeah, I think that helped a lot with, you know, reducing the whole yellow glow that the candles can produce in the game. But yeah, I did reblog them on my Tumblr just in case you do follow me on my Tumblr, and then you can see them there. They're like the latest things I reblogged if you want to check out the lighting mods. And Harry here on YouTube has an awesome tutorial on the reshade mod. If you want to check that out, maybe if I remember to, I will link her video in the description because that's exactly what I followed to download it. I just followed her tutorial to like a T and then downloaded her preset and everything, and it was, yeah, super easy to do. And yeah, so I will, yeah, I'll try to remember to link that if you guys are interested. And if I do forget and you're interested, please just leave it in the comments and say, hey, could you link Harry's video so I can check it out? Because, yeah, super helpful, and she's super awesome, and you should check out all of her other stuff anyways. But yeah, I haven't talked about the build in a while. So as you can see, I pretty much finished the exterior. I did have to cut out some of the landscaping, but honestly, I tried not to think too much about the landscaping because I didn't want it to look manicured at all. Like, I wanted it to look like nobody has touched the yard in like 200,000 years. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has weeded, watered, or anything. Everything is dead and dried, and there's grass, and you know, nothing. It has no structure or organization to it. So that's what I was going for. And I did put a couple of tombstones in the yard, and now we're on to the interior. So this is one of the rooms that I originally started decorating as, you know, cobwebby and old, and it had like dark floorboards, and I did leave the walls darker just because I thought it looked really pretty in contrast with the lighter wood floors. And yeah, I just think it just looks a lot nicer like this. And I feel like for vampires, they would spend so much time indoors and so many years inside, especially during the summer months and stuff. So they would be a lot more concerned with how their house looks on the interior. And I didn't add any computers in this house, which is probably not too smart, since I think it's quite important for vampires to want to use computers. But yeah, you could easily add a computer desk anywhere you needed to, and yeah, I figured that wasn't too big of a deal. And then I didn't use any regular lamps except for the ones that came with the vampire stuff that has like the fringy shades that are super pretty. So I used those a lot, and then everything else is all candles and more older style, yeah, furniture and decor items. And I had so much fun. I don't think I've ever done anything this overly classic and traditional. As you can see in the bathroom, there's a few scrape marks left on the wall. I just deleted them. But yeah, I'm so happy that I decided to go with the more glamorous look. And I love the living room. I know I rambled the whole way through the living room, but that carpet that I used in there, the like overly patterned carpet, I was absolutely in love with it. As soon as I laid that down, I was like, this is like the prettiest carpet. Why have I never used this? Probably because I've never done this traditional of a home. Oh, and by the way, those little tables that I put underneath the sink there, I do have to remove the center one once I play tested it. Yeah, they weren't able to use any of the bathroom sinks in the house, because I did it in all the bathrooms. But it looked really cool, and I wish I could have got it to work. Maybe if I tried a different sink, it would have worked. But yeah, I tried, you know, I used Move Objects, and I tried pulling it closer to the sim. I tried, you know, just moving it around and moving the tables, and I just couldn't get it to work. So I did have to delete the center one, so you'll notice that in the screenshots. But yeah, this is going to be the kitchen, and I actually use the vampire countertop. So if you don't have the vampire stuff pack or game pack, yeah, this house is going to look nothing the same, because I pretty much used everything that came with that pack in some shape, form, or another. You know, I used a lot of things from that pack. And yeah, other than that, other packs are just, you know, few and far between. There's random things. But yeah, I would really love to see this house, I think, in Willow Creek or something, and have the exterior completely remodeled and repainted and, you know, redone, and then the landscaping redone. I think it would be a really beautiful traditional house. I think in Willow Creek it would look really cool. Yeah, if you guys ever do that, you are more than welcome to share pictures with me in email or on Twitter too. That would be so cool. Yeah, what else was I gonna say about this build? I lost my train of thought. Oh well. But anyways, I love the way this kitchen turned out. I did add some like countertop clutter and stuff like that, and I just think it came together. Yeah, I think this looks really cool. I like it a lot. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about about this house and this build. And you could totally have like a normal family, like I said, in Willow Creek, and you could have like a normal family live here. It doesn't have to be vampires, but yeah, I just thought I would go with the whole vampire thing for the Halloween season for October, just because, yeah, they are the sort of supernatural, spooky gameplay that we have in the game, and I thought it'd be a bit of fun. And I almost forgot to mention, I do include a basement in this house and an attic area. The attic area is more of like a family room. It has the what is that vampire piano? I've drawn a blank on what that giant piano is called. But anyways, I add that upstairs and some games and books. I mean, there's books throughout this entire house. I imagine these are avid readers that live here. But and then in the basement, I just leave it pretty much blank, a few candles and a single coffin. Because at that point, I was pretty much overwhelmed with the size of this house. It took me so long to decorate. I just was like, I'm just gonna leave it with one single coffin, and you'll see like a floor plan screenshot of it, but I didn't really include anything else just because it's not that interesting and I didn't really know what to do with it. And if we had like giant furnaces, I would love to put like a giant like furnace that I imagine makes a lot of noise in the basement, and so maybe like you have to go down to the basement to do your laundry, but it's like this scary loud furnace, and I don't know. I thought that was kind of fun, but yeah, I didn't really know how to create a furnace, and yeah. So I just decided not to and just leave it alone. And you guys, if you want to download it, you could use it, for whatever you wanted to. If you wanted it to be like a sparring area, which would probably be pretty good for vampires to have. If you wanted them to hibernate in their coffin, the coffin's down there. I mean, of course, you could always exchange the beds out for coffins, but I did just put normal beds because, yeah, that's the look I wanted to go for. But as you can see, this is the dining room, and originally I wanted this room to be the living room, but it was just a little bit too small, so made it the dining room. And yeah, I think it works out really nicely. And this is just an upper landing hallway area. I thought about cutting it out because it really isn't that interesting, but yeah, I decided to leave it alone. It just has a little table with some decorations and a chair and a lamp, so another place to sit and read. I really, wanted lots of reading spaces in this house, so I think nearly every room besides the bathrooms and the dining room and the kitchen have bookcases. Like, I'm pretty sure there's bookcases everywhere. Oh, and besides the basement. But, yeah, the basement, like I said, I didn't really do anything in there, and I'm sorry, but just couldn't really figure it out. Anyways, there are 3 bedrooms in this house and 3 bathrooms. So you already saw the downstairs bathroom. I'm going to decorate the like sort of family bathroom here in a second. And then the parents have an ensuite and their master bedroom, of course. And then there's sort of like what I imagine to be a teenager's bedroom. Somebody who really loves music is like who I imagine to live in that room. And then there's also a twin kids room, which I thought was kind of fun. I thought that maybe the twins were a little bit creepy, or at least one of them was. And maybe this is like a family of good vampires, and they are in a little bit of a struggle trying to, teach the ways to their son or daughter who has instincts to be more of a dangerous vampire. So, I don't know. Does that make sense? But that's kind of the idea I had. Oh, and something I didn't mention, I did make the entryway to the basement and up to the attic area secret, so I used those sort of hidden doors that look like bookcases. I did use those around the walls, and then one of the doors will open into up the stairs, so it's kind of like a secret area up to the attic and then down to the basement too. So I thought that was a bit of fun. So if you wanted to have any sort of gameplay that was a little bit more where there was hidden rooms, or I don't know, whatever you wanted to do, that is available. So it looks kind of cool, I thought. And this is the master bedroom, and I use the giant grand vampire bed, and I put a fireplace in here, and there's also the vanity table, and what else did I put in here? A little seating area and another bookcase, of course. And then the ensuite bathroom has a single bathtub. The other bathroom does have like the shower bathtub combo. And then the downstairs one doesn't have a shower at all. But, so plenty of places. So probably the next pack that I used the most was the vintage glamour stuff. I used that one and, of course, the vampire stuff the most. And I really love the way this master bedroom turned out. It's so, like, glamorous with all the white and, like, the creams. And, it's so pretty in my opinion. So, I hope you guys like it, too. Like I said, I just had so much fun creating the interior of this house, and I feel like if I were to go with this whole dark and rundown theme, I think it would have looked like my other vampire homes that I've done. I did 2 on my own. I did one that's a vampire starter that you may be able to see off in the distance at some points, and then I did one that was just like a regular vampire house, which that one wasn't overly like dirty and worn looking, but it still was more leaning towards that side. And then I did a collab with the Bookish Simmer, and at the time she was the Colorful Sims. And so if you want to look back on my playlist, I think, yeah, it's about the time that the vampire stuff came out. We did a 50-50 build, and we made that build completely trashed. It was so much fun. Like, we made it look like the vampires had not been there in a long time, except for in the basement. The basement was like their like hangout, but like the upstairs was like overgrown and trash. There was cobwebs and cracks, and like the furniture was all a little bit crooked and looked like it's been knocked around, and like we made it look like the bookcases, like all the books, it's pretty cool. We had a lot of fun with it. And then Pineapple went in and remodeled it and made it the exact opposite, made the basement nice, and then the upstairs, or the basement trash and the upstairs nice. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that one was trash too. And then for last year for Halloween, I did an actual haunted mansion, and then I did, I think, as like a spooky creative sim. So yeah, I wanted to do something completely different, and that's where I came up with that idea for this house. And so I'm just adding some clutter to the vanity table. I thought that, yeah, that looked really, and my voice is getting so scratchy. Let me take a drink of my coffee because I've been talking a lot. Oh, it's gone cold. That's disappointing. But yeah, I decided to add the mirror into the parents' bathroom instead of out in the bedroom, and I thought that was pretty nice. I was having a little bit of a lighting problem with those curtains. They are supposed to be a little bit lighter than that's actually showing, but the game thought that they were in the shadows for some reason, so that was a little bit frustrating. But yeah, and so here you see I did the same thing with the tables again, and so I did have to remove this center one. And this is the one bedroom that I thought was for a teenager, and I do add a few musical items. Originally, I was going to make this the kids' room with the double beds, and I really wanted to use this wallpaper with the purple, but I don't know. I couldn't find the right things to go with it, so I decided to go away from it, and I go with this one, which I think is really, really pretty. It's like a grayish, almost a hint of green. I don't know. I just thought it looked really pretty and decided to put a double bed in here. And yeah, I add a violin and a guitar because, yeah, I did imagine that this particular sim was really into music, and I did imagine it to be a girl. But yeah, you could have whoever you wanted in here, but I did imagine it was a girl who was really into playing her violin, and I gave her a guitar just because I was like, why not? But I imagined her main focus was the violin, and I thought that was kind of cool for a vampire to be into playing the violin. I don't know, is that an odd connection? But I thought that was kind of cool. I don't really have a reason why. I just imagined like a kind of a creepy vampire girl playing the violin all the time might be a little bit cool, but yeah, that's what I went with, and I thought that was kind of cool. And I've said cool like 550 times in the last few sentences. Oh, and I added a pumpkin with a little kitty face. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, I thought that was a bit of fun. Because I didn't really add too many Halloween sort of type items in this build, so I put one pumpkin outside, and then the tombstones, of course, and then so one pumpkin on the inside. Yeah, so it's not really a Halloween build, but oh well. But yeah, I think this is probably my favorite room in the house, and it probably shouldn't be, but I just really like it. I like the colors of it, and I like the whole idea of a sim who likes music in this room. And yeah, you guys will have to let me know if you have a favorite room or if you have anything particular that you like in this house. Yeah, I would definitely really appreciate the comment, or yeah, just your ideas in general. But this is the twins' room, and I did imagine twin boys. Originally, I thought about making it a nursery, but yeah, I imagined two twin boys live in this room, and like I said, one is a little bit more on the darker side and struggles with the family who wants to be good vampires. But yeah, I don't know. I always think of stories in my head for the Sims that live in my houses, so you don't have to stick with that. If you do download it, you could of course have whatever Sims and whatever household that you wanted, but that's what I was thinking. And yeah, I thought that was kind of fun, and I had a little bit of a struggle figuring out what sort of decorations I would put for a kid's room, because I really wanted to stick with the traditional Victorian looking style. So yeah, I did struggle a little bit, but yeah, because I feel like a lot of the kids' things are so modern, but I gave them this giant vampire chair, which I thought would be kind of cool for a little kid to sit in there and read their books or whatever they had to do. I mean, you could put a computer desk in here too if you wanted, or you know, a desk for the Sims to do their homework. But I don't know, do vampires go to school? I imagine they probably do. I haven't played with vampires like at all, so, but I imagine they probably go to school just like human Sim children would do. And I was struggling with what to add as decoration on the walls, so I just ended up going with that wall hanging and the boat because I had no idea what to do. But this is the attic area, so I just made it like a family room. They've got the piano, they've got a seating area, they've got a game table with Don't Wake the Llama, and I was gonna put like a dartboard or something, but I decided not to. But you could add, this could be like a skill building room. You could add like art easels or whatever sort of things your Sims were interested in doing. You could have the computer up here if you wanted one, but I just decided to make it just a family room. They could sit up here and, yeah, read a book, listen to music on the organ. That's the word I've been looking for like 30 minutes. Organ. They could listen to somebody in their family play music on the organ, and they could play Don't Wake the Llama. And yeah, I also put a dollhouse in the hallway because I didn't know what to do with that. So I don't know if you'll see that in the video. I think I may have cut it out because I did have to cut out a few things, but yeah, not a whole lot, so don't worry. But anyways, we are almost to the screenshot, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye!